Welcome, guys. It's the Ethan Klein channel back in action. New and improved. We got a new camera that looks great. I took a little break from the channel when Bruce's St. Bruce the Divine here was born. And how old is Bruce now? Man, I mean, he was born 2-2.
He's gonna be 2 months and
A few days.
Friday. In 3 days. It's gonna be 2 months.
3 days, he's going to be 2 months old. Pretty incredible, man. The time has flown by. It's been nice. It's been great. He's such a good baby. He's such a he's a perfect baby. He doesn't complain much. He eats, he sleeps. He started playing recently, right?
He's smiling a lot.
He's smiling and laughing. He gives these beautiful, pure smiles. And he's got these little laughs. He goes, ah, ah. So cute. Theodore's doing good. The dogs are doing good. Everything's good at home. So I'm back. I want to show you guys the new setup here. Got a fresh new camera. What is it called? It's
A7.
Sony A7. It's a DSLR. Well, I was using intentionally when I started this channel. I wanted to be as low effort as possible. And so I literally just used the crappiest plug and play webcam I could find. But I think it's time to upgrade, boy. Look at us. I wanted to prove the concept to myself first before investing. But here we are. I came here basically just to talk a little bit about the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. We did a whole podcast about it yesterday. But I wanted to supplement the conversation a little bit after being called a racist pig on Twitter about, 20,000 or more like 200,000 times probably. I don't know. We had a long discussion about it yesterday. And I really just want to reiterate, like there's a conversation that, there's this Malcolm X quote, right, that we looked at yesterday about how black women are the most abused people in society, right? And I guess a lot of people see it through that prism of, a continuation of Chris Rock abusing another black woman, which I get, right? Like, so, okay, there's that history. There's a history of Chris Rock making fun of her at a previous award ceremony in 2016 when she was boycotting it because it was too white. And so Chris Rock, in a way, broke the picket and came and then called her out like, oh, well, you weren't even invited anyway. So, okay, there's some people that have a problem with Chris Rock. And I didn't know that going in. One of the callers explained that all to me, which I'm thankful for. But, listen, as somebody who just recently had someone come to my house and threaten violence on me for a really dumb, tame joke. As someone who's friends with a lot of comedians who now more than ever, people feel emboldened to go attack comedians on stage. It just seems that even with all that context, which is important, right, and interesting to know, it just doesn't justify what happened. And I just think it's really sad that I can't have an opinion about that without being called racist 200,000 times on Twitter and in the comments and stuff. Like, the man hit another dude for a joke. It doesn't even really matter if you think it's tame or not. I'm sorry, but like the precedent that it sets when you have hordes of people defending that action. I mean, you have a lot of people, criticizing Will Smith, but the amount of people who are ride or dying, like I saw a YouTube video today of a girl who said, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and he deserved it. I'm sorry, guys, but like just enabling violence in this way is insane. It really is. And I've seen tweets of people saying like, well, I saw Saddam Hussein executed on TV when I was 12. which is a funny response. And obviously, violence is very, very normalized in American society. I mean, in so many different ways, right? Like our movies are violent, our TV shows are violent, our culture is violent, our government is violent, right? In so many different ways. But like, this is different. It's like, I do think it's different in a way. It's a man, it's just a person like you and me going up and slapping a man in the face for telling a joke. Okay. And like, let's be honest, it was, it wasn't the worst joke. Like, even in all the context, he could have said something if he wanted to insult her condition and all that. He could have said something way worse. It was like, let's just assume he was trying to criticize her for her condition. He could have done it in a way more offensive way. Okay. And I don't even think he knew she had that condition. I don't think people are following her life that closely. I think it's a little ridiculous to assume everybody knows that. Um, I don't think comedians are responsible to check people's personal history at the door and know everything going on about every single person. Like, we can't just have the norm be resulting to violence when someone offends you. Somebody, there's different levels to this shit, and I don't understand why people don't see that. I saw one of the common responses was like, "I can't wait to see Ethan defend Ela when a serial killer breaks into the house." It's like, yeah, I don't think that's what happened, dude. I'm not against like violence in every situation. I'm against fighting and becoming physical over comments, dude. If he came out and was like, "Wow, this lady has alopecia, man," it's if he went on and on, I get it to a degree, but he didn't. He didn't go there. Like, there are lines. He didn't go anywhere near crossing it. I don't think violence is the answer in any way in our government. I mean, I think most people can distinguish between the fantasy of movies and media. I think our government is morally bankrupt, war criminals. I think everything that our government's done in Iraq, I don't know why I need to do like a whole freaking history lesson. I have to do calculus on every single possible little off branching implication to say the man went on stage and slapped a dude for telling a tame joke is not okay, or I'm racist. It's just, guys, it's not that deep.
Also, my problem was just the fact that everybody had to watch it on television, and this is like an event that is put together by a company, and they should allow the host who is doing a job a safe condition to do his job. And if the event decided that he was qualified to do this, they should make him feel safe doing the job that he's doing. That's my opinion. And I feel like it's not okay to see him just get assaulted like that, and then the guy can just go back and sit in the crowd and get applauded for 5 minutes later when he gets the award.
I don't believe in violence in any situation. Now, if you have to defend yourself, if a serial killer's there, I own a gun, by the way, for everyone who thinks that's such a funny thing. I own a loaded shotgun in a gun safe next to my bed because I'm so paranoid of people coming to my house to hurt me, which happened like basically a couple of weeks ago. And the amount of times we've been swatted and bomb threatened. We had the FBI come to our house like a few months ago at 8 a.m. and say, "Don't open any packages because we had bomb threats against you." Do you know what I'm saying? It's not funny or cute or justified in any way. The truth is, Will Smith, he's got issues, man. He needs to deal with it. And I can wish him well. The truth is, I'm not even really mad at Will Smith. The guy's got issues. Him and Chris Rock, I'm sure, will work it out. The thing that really disturbs me is just the amount of people who are saying, people like me and many others say, well, you're racist for saying he shouldn't have, for saying don't hit another person.
It was also really hard to see it, like to see his face afterwards when he was yelling. His face was like an unstable, aggressive person. Like, that face of his scared me. And if anyone ever dealt with someone that can be like scary and aggressive, that's not an image you should allow to just show on television and then show that it's okay to be like that. And then you can be celebrated right afterwards. Like, it's just not okay. I don't know.
That's a great point. And that's one of the points I made, right? Like the people were like, what does this take, dude? People go, like, again, it's like you have to do a billion point calculus to make a simple point that he shouldn't hit someone on stage. So, my point about Will Smith, or people like Will Smith that are being defended now for quote unquote defending their woman, um, if you're that quick to anger and violence, you're going to be quick to anger and violence in other walks of your life. That is just not good behavior. It's not stable behavior. It shouldn't happen. It's not a good role model. It's not a good thing to applaud or to cheer on. The man did it wasn't like a calculated like I'm going to defend my wife. That was like pure unstable aggression and just like I don't know. It was not a good calculated act of like defending your beautiful wife and white knighting your wife. That's not what it was.
Isn't this a family friendly event? Like this is not a lesson I would want to teach my kids. Luckily our kids weren't watching, they're too young, but I don't know, if they were a little bit older, that's not something I would want them to see.
Well, a lot of people disagree. They think it's great, go slapping people on the playground. You know, I'm sorry, but you guys are wrong. That's just not it. Yeah, people are saying that I'm saying Will Smith beats his wife, which of course, again, I got to make I have to have a choose your own adventure of a gajillion responses just to say you can't hit a guy like that for making a tame joke. Okay. I don't know if Will Smith hits his wife. I personally don't even think he does. But I'm saying when you defend actions like that, you're defending violent people that speak with violence and anger. This is not an admirable trait. It's not a good trait. It's toxic to be around for everybody. In fact, Will Smith in his apology, which somehow it's funny, everyone thinks he's lying. People who are criticizing him go, oh, well, if it was written by PR. And then people who are supporting him, they go, well, it was written by PR. Nobody's taking it for what it is. It's like, you're defending Will Smith. He himself said, let me pull up the thing so I don't misquote him. Because I think he's actually said it really well. Will Smith said, violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. And that's what I thought that was well stated. And that's kind of what I think too. So if Will Smith thinks that, then how are y'all still defending him? He said it, and that's my point. So I think, it's a really sad state and I saw Jim Carrey came out and he's like, it was really sad and Hollywood's spineless and everyone in there giving the standing ovation. It's like, I totally agree with Jim Carrey. And it's like, now Jim Carrey's being dragged and called all these horrible things. It's like, oh, well, you can't make a simple point. Guys, this is the first thing you learn when you're a child. Don't hit other people. I don't know what's so complicated about it. Like, dude, and now people are calling it, they're like, you're a bad dad, you're a bad husband, you're racist. It's like, shut the up. Okay, I'm back. The camera died because it didn't come with a plug. I'm waiting for the plug still. Nice of them to include that. You can see the difference. This is crazy. This is what the quality was on all of our videos. That's bad. And, I consider myself like relatively woke, or at least like trying my best to educate myself and be sensitive and learning things and being very open socially to everything and progressing along with everything. So it's like, I honestly find it so disgusting for people to come out and make that point. And if this is anything, I mean, guys need to get used to going and seeing therapy. I think if there's a PSA for anything, it's for therapy, because that man is angry at his wife and he's taking it out on Chris Rock. I'm sorry, but that just seems so painfully obvious. I mean, I've watched Jada. There's been all these compilations. Okay, that woman cheated on him. This was not an open relationship. You could tell by the clip. She hurt him bad. She cheated on him with a young man that was friends with his son. And Chris Rock and Will Smith has stated the whole reason he wanted to get in showbiz and be the biggest actor in the world is because when he was 15, his girlfriend cheated on him. His masculinity, his manhood is under attack. He's lashing out in the wrong way. I really don't see this as, I get it. You can do all the calculus in the world. Okay. I'm entitled to see. That's the way I see it. And I think this man needs therapy. And I'm talking about out of not Scientology therapy. I'm talking credentialed therapy, right? I had a first caller. We took a bunch of calls. I know I have to work on listening better. Okay, that's something I know, and that I'm working, and I've been working on. I got a little worked up, but eventually I had this first caller who taught me a lot. I calmed down and listened to her, and she had a lot to say that I learned about. Okay, but obviously I know that there's a lot for me to there's lots of room for improvement. And in the words of Will Smith, I'm a work in progress. And hey, I didn't even punch anybody. Okay, so that's not bad. I didn't attack anyone.
A quote tweet of your tweet that got blown up and was saying something that you wouldn't get it because you never protect your wife or something.
Yeah, it had, dude, I got ratioed so hard, like 200,000 likes. I was like, what? It was like, you wouldn't know about defending your wife. I was like, I guess I was supposed to stab Trisha or something. I don't know what they expect me to do.
So when I saw that, I felt the need to respond to it, and I responded, and then I get people saying like, "Look at this white woman feeling the need to insert herself into the conversation." It's like, oh Jesus, I shouldn't have said anything. But my problem was seeing all these people telling you how you're supposed to protect me, and like, if you had done something like that, that would have been such a red flag for me. I do not want the person I'm with to go and punch somebody like that. And I don't know, it seems like such an old school, like, ooh, he's so macho. And like, don't mess with Will Smith.
If you talk bad about the wife, get hit, and also on the other hand, the wife's belong in the kitchen and need to be protected. I mean, it's fingers on the same hand.
It just, yeah, I don't get it. And like, maybe some girls are still into it, but I thought majority of people were over those kind of roles to play for the man to be the protector that needs, like, I don't need you to be aggressive to make me feel safe and heard. Like, I don't know. It's great.
One thing that's super whack too is people go, "Oh, well, you're against violence. Well, then, why were you in the IDF, which is mandatory service?" People are always calling Hila a baby killer because she was a secretary in the IDF. Mandatory military service. She was born in a place she didn't choose and didn't have a choice. It's mandatory. Okay, you didn't kill anyone. You didn't shoot at anyone. You literally served as a secretary. You didn't choose to be born in Israel. You're allowed to have an opinion because of the place you were born. You don't, it's like, and also people don't even know your political views. Like me and Hila are super liberal. Like we don't support Western settlements. We don't support the Israeli government for the most part. I agree with a lot of the criticisms of Israel. So like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. And it's crazy how people just delegitimize anything you say by saying, "Oh, you were born in Israel." It's like, what do you mean by that? I mean, you might as well just say, well, any American doesn't get to have an opinion about anything ever because of what happened in the Middle East or what happened to Native Americans or whatever. It's like nobody is allowed to have an opinion about anything. But it's insane logic. A man hit another man for a mild joke. Okay, I don't like it. That should affect me and people that I know. It's insane. So I don't apologize. I know I'm not racist. I know I have prejudices, right? I'm working on it. I have prejudices. I think most people have prejudices that I'm aware of and working on and stuff like that. I'm not racist. I don't think so. I can even admit that, at times I think and do racist things, but only because I'm ignorant and it's something I'm working on. It's not like I'm okay being racist, right? I'm not afraid of talking about serious topics. And it seems like a lot of these people just don't want me to talk about it. I'm not afraid of thinking about it. I'm not afraid of talking about it. And I'm not afraid of being called a racist either. You can say whatever you want about me. It's all been said about me, and it'll all be said about me 1,000 times more. I hear the feedback of people saying I spoke over her, and I agree. That's something I need to work on. But I'm never going to stop talking about things that I think are important, definitely always listen to feedback and criticism and take where I can with what I can't. But this whole notion of like, I'm not allowed to have an opinion about that. Well, you can shove that right up your ass, okay? It hurts to be ratioed, though. And I don't even know. I didn't even get it, really, but they got me good. They ratioed me hard on Twitter, but okay, you know. You live by the ratio, you die by the ratio. It happens, you know. Sometimes you eat the bar and sometimes the bar eats you. But if you do come to my house to harm me or my wife, I have a loaded shotgun. I will literally shoot you and kill you. Okay. So to say I'm against violence, yo, this is how I sit in bed and I think about the lock combo on my gun cabinet. I imagine how fast I can get there, punch in the code, take out the gun, turn off the safety, put the bullet in the chamber. I think about that obsessively every night. And that's the world I live in. Okay. So I'm not against violence when it's necessary. Punching a guy for saying a stupid joke is not necessary. And if you want to test me, come to my fucking house and I've got 7 bullets. It's a semi-automatic shotgun and I can unleash 7 fucking bullets on you without even have to cock that bitch. Okay? So if you think I'm against violence, if you think this is something I don't think about, then once again, you can yourself. I'm obsessed with my family's safety.
So anyway, therapy forever.
Yeah, the man needs therapy, for Christ's sake, not an Oscar, okay? So take it for what you will, but there you go. I don't give a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are not going to get me to stop talking about this shit. And you're not going to get me either to stop educating myself. I'm not turning radical. I'm not going on Tucker Carlson to talk about how the woke mob is ruining society. My views, I'm staying the course. I'm educating myself. I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm not going to shy away from difficult conversations or expressing myself. You're not going to change me, bitch. That's it. You know, change is good, and I'm going to keep changing. I'm going to keep learning, and I'm going to ignore the bullshit and the haters and all the hyperbole like I've always done. But I just want to make this video as a very special and specific fuck you to all you hater-ass bitches. And in the words of Jaden Smith, that's just how we do it. But in my case, I'm talking about words and not physical violence. And once again, I want to reiterate, fuck everybody defending the Smith family. Y'all on the wrong side. Peace.